Could the tragic plane crash in Russia, carrying 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war, have been a deliberate act? A question that has left the world in a state of disbelief and shock. On a seemingly ordinary Wednesday, Russia accused Ukraine of a devastating act, destroying a transport aircraft carrying Ukrainian prisoners of war. The aircraft, an Il-76, was reportedly shot down over the Belgorod region of Russia. The crash resulted in the tragic loss of life: 65 Ukrainian captives, 6 crew members, and 3 escorts, a total of 74 lives extinguished in an instant. The Ukrainian response was initially silent, stating only that an investigation was underway. But in a twist, some initial Ukrainian media reports suggested that Ukraine was indeed responsible for the crash. However, these reports were quickly edited, removing the detail that implicated Ukraine in the incident. The two media outlets, Ukrainian Pravda and Ukraine RBC, initially reported that Ukraine had shot down the plane, citing military sources. These reports claimed that the aircraft was carrying valuable S-300 missiles for Russia's air defense, but they made no mention of the loss of Ukrainian lives. The crash was confirmed by the governor of Belgorod, who stated that everyone on board was killed. Russia, in turn, blamed Ukraine for the crash, stating that it was caused by a Ukrainian air defense missile. The Russian Ministry of Defense stated that the prisoners were being transported for an exchange with Russian captives. Ukrainian Pravda and RBC Ukraine later altered their reports to remove the details implicating Ukraine, attributing the change to a sourcing problem. Ukraine's defense ministry commented that it was working to clarify the situation. On January 24, 2024, Russia officially stated that Ukraine was responsible for shooting down the plane. The destructive power imbalance between the Ukrainian Air Force and the Russian Aerospace Force has led to sustained air-to-air combat. Despite the significant odds, the Ukrainian Air Force dispersed prior to the war and sustained only modest losses. Both sides continue to engage in long-range missile combat, with ground attack aviation active near the front line. As of late August, at least 49 Russian warplanes and 37 Ukrainian warplanes have been confirmed lost. To summarize, a Russian plane carrying 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war was shot down over the Belgorod region of Russia, killing all on board. Initial reports suggested that Ukraine was responsible for the crash, but these were quickly edited to remove the implication. Russia officially blamed Ukraine for the incident, stating that the crash was caused by a Ukrainian air defense missile. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry commented that it was working to clarify the situation. The question of why remains. Was this a tragic accident or a deliberate act of war? The world waits for answers as the investigation continues. In the end, regardless of who is to blame, the true tragedy lies in the senseless loss of life.